Look at her.
Wow.
Hold on. Man, is that real? Is that real back there?
This is the moment when 5 friends are recording a quick video before heading back to a house party in East Detroit. In the early hours of the party, they are busy laughing, dancing, and making fun together, completely unaware of what is about to happen. In a few moments, the house turns into horror as a masked man makes his way toward it. As soon as he reaches the door, he starts firing. The attack leaves 3 friends dead and the remaining 2 witnesses wounded. Those who survive do not get a clear view of the shooter. As police begin to investigate and take multiple statements, every interview slowly begins to point toward a single individual who may be their main suspect. And what makes the case more disturbing is that this person had already been at the same party earlier that night and had met them just hours before.
After last night, like, my mind can't even process what the heck is happening, because I've never experienced something such as that.
In the early morning hours, around 5 a.m. on Saturday, the 25th of May, 2019, emergency lines in Detroit received a call from Clifton Blair Keys and Armin Matthews, who had just witnessed a gunman force his way into the home and open fire.
Can you please have somebody come to this? What's the address, ma'am? What's the street name? What's going on at the location, ma'am? No, I apologize. That's okay. Somebody came in and shot up the house. And 2 of my friends are fatally wounded. Okay, ma'am. I'm sorry, I'm going to you into the location now. Are there any injuries? Sure. Serious injuries, so you can get one here as soon as possible. Please.
The night had started like any other, with a group of friends out at a Friday party. But as it began to wind down, 5 of them, Blair Keys, Armin Matthews, Paris Cameron, Alante Davis, and Timothy Blanchier returned to their friend Lance Atterbury's house to continue hanging out. The atmosphere was relaxed, filled with music, jokes, and conversations about moments from earlier in the night. But as dawn approached, the mood shifted when they heard what they first believed were fireworks. Within seconds, that assumption was shattered. As Blair hid in the bathroom, he heard nearly 20 gunshots echo through the house. When officers arrived and entered the scene, they were met with a brutal and disturbing sight. Alante Davis was found slumped over the dining table after being shot twice. Nearby, Paris Cameron and Timothy Blanchier were lying on the floor, each shot multiple times. The level of violence made it clear that the attack was deliberate and targeted. By the time police reached them, Alante Davis and Timothy Blanchier had already died from their injuries. Paris Cameron was still alive and rushed to the hospital, but she later died from her wounds. With 3 victims and an armed suspect still at large, the situation quickly turned into a triple homicide investigation. Detectives moved fast, bringing in the only 2 surviving witnesses, Blair Keys and Armin Matthews, hoping their accounts would help identify who was behind the attack.
Well, at this point in my life, I guess I can't say now that I'm physically going through a lot right now. Because after last night, like, my mind can't even process what the heck is happening, because I've never experienced something such as that. Never. Of my 20 years of being on this planet, like, I've been to many house parties, and that, I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm imagining you probably got a lot going on in your mind. So, what we gonna do, we're just gonna talk to you about it. We're not gonna rush you through it. You know what I mean? We just wanna understand, help you. So, I don't know if you had experience. I know you never experienced anything like that, but a lot of times, for a lot of people, talking about it, talking through it, is one of those things that really starts the process of, like, getting it out and really starting that. I don't know if it's healing or just like processing it, whatever. Everybody, but talking is usually a first step in getting it out and moving forward, right?
Bow, 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 bow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, repeatedly, like, bow, 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 bow. I ran to the bathroom and he just kept shooting.
Okay.
Like, he wouldn't stop.
Mm-hmm. Now,
Where were you at this point in the house when
the shooting was going on? I was in the bathroom, like, ducked. I had the clearest pathway to get shot.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I know that I was not his target. That's how I know he was just targeting certain people, because his gun was not aiming at me. It was aiming this way.
Mm-hmm. Describe this person that came in and did that.
All I really saw was his eyes. I saw that he had on a black ski mask and a hat, maybe a black coat, like all black, but I couldn't really tell him out because I was too busy trying to react.
Okay.
When detectives speak with Blair, he describes what he saw after the shooter left, a scene far more disturbing than anything he had experienced before.
After that, what happened?
After that, I come out the bathroom right after I hear the door slam, and I instantly knew somebody got shot because all you could see was, like I said, blood coming literally through the wall into the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
So I went out there and I lost it. Because like I said, the closest I done got to seeing a dead body is a funeral. I've never seen, like, I'm not going to say that they're dead. No, I'll take that back. I've never seen somebody bloody, like, just lose so much blood. Like, I've never been in that type of situation. So the only reaction that I had was to call 911.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I did. And I was just trying to follow every direction that they was doing while I was breaking down.
Armin gives a similar account, explaining how he tried to save Timothy Blanchard after he was shot, as they both attempted to hide in the basement.
I get there, everyone's chilling, waiting to wake up to drink and get high, of course. Mm-hmm. Well, not of course, but we smoke marijuana.
Sure, we do.
Shoot. We waited on folks to pull up. By the time they got there, it was a little music going on. And literally, my friends were sitting in a chair, gunshots were fired. I'm sorry, I feel bad. Paris cousins. They came, a light-skinned guy, one of another friends, Paris friends came, was short, light-skinned with braids. They just did it.
Just did what? Okay.
I don't mean to say it like that.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what happened. Waited. I got an altercation with the boy Brendan. It wasn't, a big deal. We just had some words. I don't really like you that much. One of those conversations. He left. Lance took him home. Literally a minute or 30 seconds before I called the cops, which is around, I say 4:56, 4:57. That's when gunshots were fired, and I heard about 8 to 10 shots, I believe. But I wasn't really paying attention because I was just trying to run. I had Miami. I was trying to pull Miami with me because we both were in the same direction. But Timothy, I tried to pull Timothy with me because we both were in the same direction.
Despite being the only two survivors, neither Blair nor Armin can identify the shooter, as the gunman was wearing a ski mask that completely covered his face. The only detail Blair can provide is that the attacker had a light-skinned complexion and brown eyes. Detectives learned that 2 other people had been at the house earlier that night, but left before the shooting began, including the homeowner, Lance Atterbury, and Brendan Suttles, who had recently started dating Armand. At the time of the shooting, both were across town, which leads investigators to rule them out as suspects. However, suspicion begins to grow around Blair and Armin, as they were the only 2 who survived a targeted and violent attack, and detectives are not convinced it was just luck.
What happened during the shooting? Just tell me about the shooting.
He walked in shooting, and I ran to the bathroom, and he shot about at least 10, 15 times, and that was it. And I came out, and I instantly called the ambulance, and then I checked to see if he was at the front door, anywhere in the house, and then I talked to my friends.
What did the shooter look like?
I have no clue.
What was the shooter wearing?
All black, with a ski mask and a skull cap, from what I could see.
With a ski mask and a what again?
The skull cap.
Did the shooter say anything? Did the shooter say anything?
No.
Armin, right?
Yes.
Alright, man. Your story's not adding up, man.
Well, I'm sorry. That is my 100% truth.
From looking at everything, from listening to what Clifton has to say,
to watching video.
to watching video of everything, it's not adding up.
Like what?
Like any that you're telling me right now.
Like what? What is not adding up? What?
Just what you told us.
I mean, that's literally what I know, y'all. I was up. I was drunk as I really don't know.
And maybe you were.
I mean, I know
up,
everything I told y'all is true.
Maybe you were up and everything was maybe a little bit blurry. Maybe you made some poor decisions. I don't know. And maybe there was reasons for it. I don't know that either. I just know one thing, is that people make decisions sometimes that are not right and they're not wrong, but they happen. Whatever that might be. And maybe that happened tonight.
No.
But what you're telling me and what we know is two different things.
During questioning, Blair and Armin maintain their innocence but mention a detail that draws attention to a missing wallet, raising further questions about the timeline of events. Investigators begin to consider whether the situation created an opportunity for something to be planned, especially since the shooter arrived shortly after some of the group had returned from the store. As detectives continue gathering statements, a new detail emerges. When some of the victims went to a nearby store, they did not return alone. Paris Cameron had met a man there and invited him back to the house. The description of this man matches the limited details Blair had given about the shooter. Both Blair and Armand confirm that this individual had been inside the house earlier but left shortly before the shooting began. To verify this, detectives obtained surveillance footage from a BP gas station at the corner of DeQuindra and Mac. The footage shows Paris and Alante entering the store around 2:40 a.m. While inside, Paris interacts with a young man who had just entered and was waiting at the counter. Although there is no audio, their brief interaction stands out. Moments later, the rest of the group enters the store. As the man leaves, Paris calls out to him, and he returns. After some time, the group exits the store and gets into a car parked out of camera view. As they drive off, Paris leans out of the window and invites the man to join them at the house. That man is later identified as Devon Robinson, who had attended school with Armin years earlier and lived nearby. Roughly 30 minutes later, Devon arrives at the house. According to Blair and Armin, he spends time in the master bedroom with Paris, while others move in and out of the room. The group treats the situation casually, unaware of how significant this encounter would become. Investigators begin tracking Devon's movements through nearby surveillance cameras. After receiving the invitation, he is seen walking toward his home, briefly pausing and backtracking before eventually heading to the house. He stays for about an hour before leaving. Later footage shows him returning to the gas station, where his behavior appears unusual as he paces outside, spits, and struggles to compose himself before going inside. When officers move to locate him, they discover that Devon and his mother have suddenly left their home. His roommate states that they left in a hurry, raising immediate suspicion. Detectives release his image to the public, asking for help in locating him. After nearly a week, a tip leads police to a house across the city, where Devon is taken into custody. Investigators now see this as their best chance to uncover the truth, knowing that the outcome of this interrogation could determine what really happened that night. What they do not realize is that Devon knows far more than he is willing to reveal.
Three individuals that we know that you're responsible for shooting. Now, I don't want you to say anything right now, but we know that you're responsible for shooting. They had to secure enough to arrest you for the homicide. Now, we know some other things that happened prior to that. We know some things that they did to you that was not cool prior to that. We know that you were intoxicated prior to that, and when they took you back to the house, some other things happened. Okay, so we know exactly what you did, but we want to know why you did what you did. What was your emotional state during that time at night and everything else? You know, so that's what we're here to talk to you about. And we know what happened, but we want to hear from your words exactly what these guys do, because we know, even though you kind of lost it at that moment and did what you did, but we both men too, and we understand we might have did the same thing. You know what I'm saying? When people are enraged or people are under stressful situation, if you got alcohol or some other drugs is involved, You don't think properly. And sometimes you might do some things that you sit back later on and be like, damn, what the hell have I done? You know?
At this point, Devon admits that he had been in the bedroom with Paris, but denies being involved with anyone else. However, detectives uncover DNA evidence linking him to Timothy, confirming witness statements that multiple people had been in the room together. While Devon acknowledges that he was a closeted gay man, he refuses to admit to the murders or the motive investigators suspect.
Why you did what you did. We were hoping there's a good enough explanation where we can go and advocate for you. But we want the explanation from you why you did what you did. Because we know exactly what you did. You understand that, young man? We know exactly what you did.
I'm hearing you and I'm listening to you.
Yeah.
But I ain't did nothing.
Well, you were there longer than you told us. Yes, we got you. People leaving. We know people were leaving. And you left. We know that. We also got you coming back and running away from the location, up the street, up the side street. I can't think of the name of the streets right now, but to your mom's house. I mean, clear as day. You can't deny technology. You can't.
Damn sure can't, but I know what I didn't and did do.
Okay. But listen, though. I'm sorry to cut you off. If you didn't, you were there, or you saw something that made you run away, right? So if you didn't do it,
how can I run away from something when I was at home?
Well, maybe you went in, and when you went back, maybe you went in and you saw some shit. You saw them shot and you ran out. I don't know. And that's where you come in. You got to tell us that.
When I went home, I went home. Like literally home.
As inconsistencies in his story grow, detectives confront him with surveillance footage. A doorbell camera captures a figure leaving Devon's house shortly after 4 a.m. Around the same time, another camera near Lance's house records a figure running away just minutes after the shooting. The timing immediately stands out. Within minutes, cameras then show someone returning to Devon's home. With the two locations only a short distance apart, investigators realize that the timeline strongly connects Devon to the scene. Despite the growing evidence, Devon pleads not guilty. While in custody, he speaks with his family over phone calls, trying to analyze the case against him, insisting there is not enough proof. Not once does he explain the surveillance footage or the events of that night. Instead, he appears detached, focusing only on defending himself. When the trial begins in March 2020, the full picture starts to come together.
We've got 3 victims. We've got sex involved. This thing is, I'm sure, not part of your everyday life. All right? So right now, it's time to put both feet on the ground, take a deep breath. We're here, we're real, we're relaxed. We're going to make them prove it.
It's something what's known as a trait. A trait is someone who holds themselves out as heterosexual, but has interest in people of the same sex, but they're on the down low. So they're referring to him as a trait, and then they're laughing, giggling, saying, oh, he is gay, he is gay. Eventually the defendant leaves, and Paris is seeing him off out the front door. Paris is happy, but it's like he's watching their interaction. And the defendant is standing there just completely blank. And Blair is watching this happen. He never thought it was a good idea to bring a stranger home from the gas station in the first place, and even complained about it to the homeowner who ran out of there.
Blair Keys tells the jury about the night of the party and describes Devon's behavior as cold and emotionless. Armin Matthews recounts how he tried to save his friend while hiding in the basement. Prosecutors argue that Devon believed he had been mocked, which they say triggered the attack. Surveillance footage, witness testimonies, and forensic evidence all point in the same direction. With no alternative explanation and no alibi, the case becomes clear.
How do you find the defendant, Devon Robinson, as to count 1, homicide, murder, first degree, premeditated, Alante Davis?
We find the defendant guilty.
How do you find the defendant as to count 2, homicide, first degree, premeditated, Timothy Blanchard?
Guilty.
And as to count 3, homicide, first degree, premeditated, Paris Cameron?
Guilty.
In the end, the jury finds Devon Robinson guilty on all counts. He is sentenced to 3 life terms without the possibility of parole, along with additional years for assault and firearm charges.